Alright YouTube, so we are back with some more FF7 Remake content. We took an unintentional break. It just happened to be busy the past couple of days. But even if I'm not like uploading regularly, if I skip, a day or two or whatever, I'm still paying attention to the game. I'm still on my phone looking up and making sure I'm not missing anything major. To the best of my knowledge, there hasn't really been anything to talk about the past couple of days anyway. Now we are going to discuss a few things, a lot of it coming from Reddit, but the main focus of today's video is whether or not we're going to see anything new for this game at State of Play on September 24th. So for starters, FF7 Remake was awarded the Unreal iCandy Award for E3 2019, which I found, that's great. It means it's like the most visually impressive Unreal Engine game of E3 2019, which as a big fan of FF7 I can agree with, but I found it kind of weird that like this is just now being awarded to them. That was like 3 or 4 months ago, like it was in June, like E3 was a long time ago. Maybe it takes that long to send it, I don't know. And this is something I don't think we've ever actually discussed on my channel, is the fact that FF7 Remake is being made with the Unreal Engine. Previously, they had their own engine they were using. I believe it was Luminous Studios, and it started with Final Fantasy 13-2. It was also used for Final Fantasy 15. But when it came to making the remake, they realized that their own engine is not good enough for this project, and they went with what is like the most widely used engine for like any kind of big video game. And I think it's one of those things that kind of alludes to how passionate they are about this project, that they realized, no, we cannot use our own engine for this. We got to use what is the best engine right now. This discussion I thought was pretty interesting about whether or not there's room on the menu for a fourth character. So right here, if we look at the menu image, there's clearly a lot of room over here on the right. The third person, which would be like Aerith or Tifa, would probably come about right here, so there's not necessarily room over here for a fourth person. But maybe, if you could have a fourth person, whether it's a playable character or a guest, they could just move the characters over slightly, because we have all this room next to Cloud. Now, if we could get a fourth person in our party in this game, are they going to be playable, controllable, or will it just be like a guest character like Final Fantasy XII? It's hard to say, but there's been topics and discussions and rumors for a while about whether or not we can fight alongside Jesse, Biggs, and Wedge, and maybe that's possible. And to be honest, I really hope that that is a thing, because we're obviously going to get a lot more character development with Jesse, Biggs, and Wedge in the remake, but I would also like to be able to fight alongside them for some of the Avalanche missions, because to me that's going to make it feel like they're more a part of Avalanche, because in the original game, they're just kind of there during like the first and second bombing missions, and that's it, and then they die whenever the plate is dropped. Like that's kind of the basic way of describing them, but that's more or less what happens in the original game. And I think it'd be awesome to have them like actually fighting alongside us in some of the missions and raiding some of the mock reactors or whatever. And it seems like they are going to be doing some kind of fighting, because they all three have their own unique weapons. Kind of a smaller thing, but over here on Games Radar, you can actually vote for the Golden Joystick Awards, and number 17 is the most wanted game, and obviously FF7 Remake is on that list. Now, maybe it's not your most wanted game, but it's there if you want to vote for it. Somebody posted on Reddit, so I figured I'd point it out in the video. And lastly, of course, we have State of Play, which is happening in 2 days as of right now, and whether or not FF7 Remake is going to be there. Now, it doesn't seem super likely just because Tokyo Game Show just happened, but that doesn't mean they couldn't show us another little quick trailer. I mean, the initial trailer they gave us from State of Play earlier this year was only about a minute long. It showed us quite a bit. It was our first real look at the game in a very long time. But I'm really not sure, to be honest, because before with the other State of Play, like there's a lot of rumors leading up to it about the game being there. I don't really see anybody talking about FF7 Remake being at this State of Play. The main focus is The Last of Us 2, which was rumored to be at the event, and then it was actually confirmed within the past couple of days that it is going to be there. The last event was pretty damn quick. It was like 15 to 20 minutes or so I don't know how much like they're going to spend on Last of Us and some of the other games. I don't know if there's really room for FF7 Remake, especially since it just got a big showing. But again, like I said, it'd be pretty nice to see something new. And every time we talk about this, there's always people in the comments that are like, man, you want to see too much. You're asking for too much. I don't want stuff spoiled. It's like, man, you guys clearly have not been following this game for the last 4 years, because up until State of Play and E3 this year, we had absolute silence for almost 4 years straight, man. I am not asking for too much to want to see more of this game, by any means. And at the end of the day, it is a remake, right? It's a remake of FF7, one of the most popular games of all time. There's really nothing to spoil. But anyways, my dudes, that'll pretty much wrap up the video. It's sort of like a news roundup style video, but not really news for the game, because it's mostly just like discussions and talking about stuff, a little bit of speculation. Do you think we're going to see anything for this game at State of Play? Do you think that there is going to be a fourth character in the menu, whether it be a playable character or a guest? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and want to stay up to date with more Final Fantasy VII Remake content. Turn on my notifications. Follow me on Twitter at @TheDashingDavid. I'm on Discord. Links to my social networks are in the description. And in the outro. Later, guys. Give me forever for a while, give me forever for a while. Quit acting like a